Justin Bieber has just come out and shocked the world with a jaw-dropping revelation.
I decided to stop because I felt like I was dying. My security and stuff were coming into the room at night to check my pulse. Like, people don't know how serious it got. Like, it was legit crazy scary. I was waking up in the morning and the first thing I was doing is popping pills and smoking a blunt and starting my day. You know, so it just got scary. I basically said to myself, I'm like, God, if you're real, you get me through this season.
Diddy is not going to be happy about what's happening to him right now. Sean Diddy Combs is one of the most talked about people in Hollywood right now. The music mogul's fancy homes in Miami and Los Angeles were searched because of claims of sex trafficking. Concerns have also been raised about his supposedly troubling relationships with a number of important people in the business. In the middle of all this, a bunch of old videos of Diddy and Justin Bieber have been showing up on the internet. The most recent one has led to claims of rape and drugs. Reggie Wright always believed Diddy was a bad influence on both Justin and Usher.
I believe that they see these sparse potentials in them, and and a parent would do anything to blow their kids up. Aaliyah's mother settled for publishing rights for allowing R. Kelly to do what he did to Aaliyah. Janet Jackson family did it with the guy from can't think of his name right now, but I think it was the group called Shalamore or something like that. Did it with their family. She got her sister raising a kid thinking that she's the mama. Yeah, I'll get too deep for y'all. But those situations has been happening or if it does happen to my kid, at least we'll be rich. And that's what happens sometimes with the guys, and you don't know. But there's some good situations out there that has happened as well with kids, in my mind. You know, the Bow Wow situation. Bow Wow was never a victim around Death Row. Snoop or Suge or none of them ever messed with with Bow Wow while he was a kid growing up trying to be in the business. We haven't heard any situations like that with Brandy, to my knowledge. She was a young kid, but they're even though Brandy mama was always, in her life and all of that. But my point is, people allow them to be around people for that opportunity to blow up. Look at the girl, which is funny. Even though we can't believe a word she says. Your favorite girl, that chick that you think is so fine that was with Aaron Hall, what's her name? Gloria something?
Oh, Gloria Velez?
Yeah, she calling out your boy Gene. She been calling him out, telling him he lying. But so there's situations like that happened a lot back in the 90s and even until today in my situation. I mean, in my opinion. But I couldn't do it. I would have to be around my child every day, but people has done it, and it's all behind that dollar bill, y'all. That dollar bill, that green, and some people sell their soul for that.
X-handle Diane Wallace shared a video of Justin Bieber dancing with Diddy and The Game when he was a teenager. The event looked like it was a listening party. Sean Combs is seen giving Bieber a bottle of liquor in the video. The baby singer is said to have been younger than 18 at the time.
All the champagne was spiked, son. Like, all the champagne was spiked. Everybody was passed the fuck out. I don't drink, so I was playing that shit off like I don't fucking drink. I smoke, nigga. Like I smoke and I had my own weed, but like everybody was passed out. Yo, Diddy had that man in the room. Look, yes, I put my ear to the fucking door and I brought the phone because Diddy started going in overdrive. I ain't know what the fuck was going on, but I just heard balls slapping against ass cheeks. I heard niggas struggling to take dick. I heard niggas being like, yeah, daddy. Like when he started all that daddy this and daddy that, and then I heard some hollering and struggling like, yeah, I kept the phone there and I recorded all that shit because I was like, this nigga Diddy rich. So I'm finna put the squeeze on and get me a couple dollars and just ain't, you know what I'm saying? There's nobody believed that was really Diddy beating me back in. But now y'all motherfuckers believe the video, right? Right? Somebody throw me a couple dollars.
Over the past few days, many people on the internet have called several old videos of Justin and Diddy uncomfortable, creepy, disturbing, and other words.
What's up, man? You good?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, young brother, everything's good?
Everything's
Selling
great.
out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, I mean, you tried to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you my number.
Yeah.
It's 55.
Man. Minute. Woo. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna be driving this next year.
Yeah, when you get 16, you come down there, you gotta, wear your seat.
I mean, I'm 15. You could ride in the passenger seat. I got my permit. Not yet.
No.
All right, 16.
You're not ready.
16.
Let's slow down. Let's slow down, Judge.
Okay.
Let's slow down, okay?
One step at a time.
But yeah, the keys is yours when you get 16. You're good to go.
I'm good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
And then when you get 18, you get the house. You get the mansion.
Okay. I get the mansion.
Yeah.
So where are we off to now?
Where would you like to go?
I mean, wherever you want to go.
Check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher.
I'm signed to Usher.
I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
I'm going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang with some girls.
A man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
In these videos, Diddy can be seen patting Bieber on the chest several times to look for a wire and yelling at a young Justin, who might be around 16, to stay away from him. It was at a time when Usher was really helping Bieber. While Bieber had been in Diddy's legal custody, Combs pointed out in a disturbing video that came back to light. Gene Deal has previously spoken about this.
Now, do you think he has a mole or an informant in his camp that's cooperating?
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Listen, bro. Just doing law enforcement myself, just take for instance. I think the individual was a Syracuse former basketball player named Jason Barnes or Beard or something like that. He already had drug charges against him. The day Diddy house get raided, they catch him getting on the plane and they put him into custody. Didn't that sound a little weird? People didn't catch that. They either put him in custody for to make a witness out of him or to safeguard him and protect him for anything that could happen to him, because they had already stated, allegedly, that he was some kind of mule for the people over there at Diddy's house. So now, with that information, that he was already known by the government for drug charges, wouldn't that be an individual that you use? I'm gonna give you something different. And I'm gonna give you something else that people don't even think. On the other day, I seen on the video that Puff had ran into Justin Bieber. They met up. And he started tapping him as if he was searching him and see if he had some kind of device on. Check this out. What if the federal government have already talked to Justin Bieber? And Diddy did that on tape. That means in his mind, he think this person may be a witness. Right?
Yep.
What he has just done that is against the law?
Nothing that we've seen.
Tampering with a federal witness. If they have already talked to Justin Bieber prior to him doing that, he goes and look like he's searching him. It appears that he's asking Justin Bieber, yo, you got a wire or something like that? Like, you're tampering with a federal witness. That's a charge right there that can land him in jail. Reckless. That was real reckless.
Man, it's gonna be kind of crazy to see everything unfold, man.
All of this left Justin in a dark place.
First time I smoked weed was in my backyard here. Got super stoned. And then I realized I liked weed a lot. That's when my desire to smoke weed started. And then I started smoking weed for a while. And then started getting really dependent on it. And that's when I realized that I had to stop. I don't think it's bad. I just think for me, it can be a dependency. But yeah, first time I smoked weed, I don't suggest this, but I was 13. Maybe, yeah, 13, 12 or 13.
Not sure what I was doing before ya. I quit trying to figure it out.
Was there anything that really concerned me? Yeah, I think maybe the lean when he was drinking that. Can I say that?
There was a time where I was sipping lean, I was popping pills, I was doing Molly, shrooms, everything. And it was just an escape for me. I was just young, like everybody in the industry and people in the world who experiment and do, just normal growing up things. But my experience was in front of cameras and I had a different level of...
I think when you take somebody very, very young and they start to get horrible, crazy, crippling anxiety and it goes undiagnosed and you don't know what it is that you're feeling, you start to self-medicate because it makes you feel better. Just help you not to feel anything.
With all the success that we've had, we've also had some really turbulent times. When he turned 18, it started bubbling a little bit. 19 to what was it, 21? That was probably that dark period.
We didn't speak a lot during some of the times where he was running amok. There were a few times where I saw him and it just kind of hurt my heart seeing him the way he was, So I think I just kind of put a little distance with that for my own sake. It would just go without saying that my position on maybe the path he was going down, but at the same time, just letting him live his life and learn and, I don't know, just do his thing.
I know that Justin knows a good person from I don't even know if anyone was a bad person. It was just kids mostly, but knows good from bad and knows right from wrong, and he's making some wrong decisions, but I never really believed that person that the whole world hated so much.
Federal officials looked at 2 homes in Los Angeles and Miami owned by rapper and music mogul Sean P. Diddy Combs just last month. Combs is being investigated by the federal government and is already being sued by several women and at least one man who say he attacked, abused, or trafficked them. Some of the claims go back at least 30 years, and Combs has rejected all of them. That being said, a recent Jaguar right has had a real overtone of both vindication and scandalous revelation.
He's have enough money to
He
check.
put the boots to that girl. She's supposed to be a good bitch. No matter who she with. All the time he putting a groom in her. Of course he thought it was still gonna work. He thinks he's God.
Alright.
He ain't doing shit. Raped the fuck out of that bitch, put the boots to her last time I seen her. Her and her trainer, boyfriend, husband. I don't get no.
So you hear about stories of Diddy like shooting people, blowing up cars.
Yeah.
Is he this gangster that behind the scenes that is that him or is that people
Shout
around?
out to Wendy Williams, the first woman to uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s, the homo thug. She talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening to Wendy Williams? Do you think this is all connection too?
Of course. They've been waiting. He's been waiting. He was waiting for Kim. Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
You think that audio that they put out was real?
Yeah, that was him. Nicki put that out there. That Nicki recorded that at the freak off in the Calabasas. She been waiting to drop that shit on Meek.
Oh, man.
She just wasn't going to tell nobody it was Diddy. But now that Diddy out there, why not?
So then who's the guy who's claiming he recorded it?
Oh, somebody that got paid?
Yeah, he said like I was standing
somebody
outside the
that
door.
got paid.
Yeah.
Just like it wasn't seminal fluid that Justin Bieber was wiping away from his mouth when he brought his face up from Odell Beckham's groin in a club with Trey Songz on the lookout.
The images are there.
Diddy-fied. Hashtag no Diddy.
Hashtag no Diddy.
No Diddy.
Do you have any views on Usher? Because a lot of things have come back to where
Usher.
they talk about his.
Usher, I'm tired of Usher.
Oh, okay.
Goofy bitch.
Oh.
Got your asshole ripped open and the only thing it inspired was loyalty. They ripped your ass open. Gene didn't say it. He said, check the records at the hospital. I'm saying it. You got your ripped open. Then you take Justin Bieber from Lily White, Canada, and take him to the flavor of Fuck Off, the kiddie edition. Get his ripped open. Now
you said no Diddy, but it seems like there is Lil Rod has come out who he produced the Love album, and it seems like he has recordings, pictures of a whole year and a half.
Smart guy.
Year and a half with Diddy, not getting paid to where he's
Smart
like.
guy.
It seems like you can't say no to Diddy the way he's putting it out. Like there's a lot of things like, why did he say no?
Yeah, that you don't go. You don't go. Why go? They gonna drug you.
Lace, yeah.
You gonna ask for a glass of water, it's gonna be laced with that Tootsie. Let the good times roll. Like if I knew that there's a possibility that I might get raped and drugged if I go to this party, and I go anyway, I just wish they would tell all these little niggas.
It's not entirely clear what the charges are that led to these raids, but we do know that he is being investigated for sex trafficking by Homeland Security and federal agents as part of civil suits filed against him last year that go back decades. NBC News cited an unnamed source as saying that federal agents have questioned 3 women and a man in Manhattan and have scheduled 3 more interviews. The interviews are related to claims of sex trafficking, sexual assault, and the sale and solicitation of illegal drugs and firearms. However, it is still unclear whether Combs is the focus of the investigation, even though he has been accused of sexual misconduct several times recently. The singer and businessman was sued several times over sexual attack claims that began last year with claims from Cassie, an R&B singer who dated Combs for years, in a suit filed on November 16th. The lawsuit said that Combs had been abusive to her the whole time they were together. Serial domestic abuser, she said, who would regularly beat and kick Miss Ventura. The next day, the claims were settled in what both sides called friendly terms. Doubt Cassie? Take it from someone who was quite literally in Diddy's camp.
Also in this lawsuit, man, this lawsuit is crazy, man. She alleges that, Diddy, he made her hire and have sex with male prostitutes while he recorded it and masturbated.
Lights, camera, action. he do it all. Yo. What you gonna say about that, bruh? You understand? He didn't want it to come back to him in a way, he hiring the people. He gonna put it all on her. Cause she knew what he liked. Cause she wasn't just hiring it for her. Don't get that effed up, Art. If you think that she was just hiring those male prostitutes for herself, nah. Bruh. I was in one of those exotic bookstores with him. I saw this dude pick up butt plugs. And that's the first time I ever seen some shit like that. And when I said, yo, my man, what you getting this for? He said, can I do my shopping by myself? And I said, yeah. And when I looked up there, it said butt plugs. I bust out laughing and went to the front door. I used to wait outside of Turkish baths for him. You know what they do in the Turkish baths?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay. That's where a lot of gay men meet. And they all take hot baths together. To each his own though, bruh. But that's a lot of that these guys get into when they start having certain meetings with certain people and they meet them at the Turkish bath and they do their meetings and they meet their people in those type of situations where they're comfortable at. So they don't have to worry about their indiscretions coming out. You mean? You understand what I'm saying? So that's why, twice, sometimes 3 times a week, me and the driver be outside. He'll run into the Turkish bath. Got that big ass tub at home, but you want to go? No, go ahead. She saw no way out other than doing what he told her to do. He had mentally controlled her. It's like a pimp. Diddy had pimp potential. He had her mind messed up where it controlled her. She felt no way out. She felt like if she walked out the door, he wasn't going to do the music no more. If she went somewhere
or she ran and didn't want to do that, their relationship not only would have been over, he would have painted a picture that nobody else in the industry would have dealt with her. I seen it Wendy Williams. He said it when we was in Cali. When I come back to New York and that BITCH is on the radio. This is Wendy Williams, the hottest radio host in New York City. When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had.
Following the accusations, Combs quit as head of Revolt, and his Hulu reality show was later taken off the air. Now, people are refusing to speak up in support of Diddy for a good reason.
How you feel about all the people that's wondering why haven't any of Diddy big name friends came out to defend him?
Because either two things that I believe. Either they know some of the stuff is true, either they took part in some of the stuff that happened, or they scared that it may mess up their brand. See, nobody wants to be in contact with anybody that allegedly was sex trafficking. You see what the WWF did to Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon was one of those people that was called for sex trafficking. We don't hear a lot about it because he gave up the company, he did what he was supposed to do, and he became Ghost. But now you see they trying to do the same thing to Puffy. They trying to make him or hip hop the face of sex trafficking like they was gonna do to WWF at one time. His people that know him, a lot of the people that been in those parties and seen probably some unscrupulous shit that went down and was like, ooh, I was there. I hope they don't got me on tape. They feeling a certain way. So they not gonna speak on nothing until they've been approached with something. You gotta realize when Homeland Security get their evidence together, they gonna send agents out. You understand? They might send an agent out to me. Yo, what do you know? What have you heard? What have you seen? What's been going on? You know what I'm saying? You know, did this happen when you was around him? Did this happen back in the day? That's what they're gonna wanna know. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna send investigators out. They're gonna send people out for anybody that they can get some information from to help their kids.
In December, a different claim said that Combs had gang raped a 17-year-old girl in 2003. Plaintiff, whose name was Jane Doe, said Combs gave her drugs and drink at his studio in New York and then raped her and 2 other women. Jane Doe was taken from her home in Michigan to New York by private jet as part of Combs' sex trafficking scheme, according to the lawsuit. When news came out that Sean Combs had been given a search warrant, Douglas Wigdor, a lawyer for Cassie and Jane Doe, wrote, "We will always support law enforcement when it seeks to prosecute those that have violated the law. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct." There is also Gina Hyun, whose allegations went under the radar completely a few years ago.
You became pregnant with Diddy's child.
The first time was October 2014.
Okay, so this was like what, a year after?
No, not a year. but because I met him in February and then I got pregnant in October.
Oh, so the same year.
The same year.
Okay. And you mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, you're gonna get an abortion, right? And then I was like, I don't know. I don't know yet. And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that wanted him for money.
Okay.
I just care about him, and I just wanted him to be nice to me. That's it. I was like, I don't want your money. I just want you to be nice to me.
Whether you decide to keep the baby or not.
Mm-hmm.
So would it be fair to say that he was an asshole about it? I mean, offering somebody $50,000 to abort a baby, whew, he must really want it gone bad.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 3-4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being an asshole. So like on the other side, and he like grabbed my hair and like cussed me out for doing that. He was like, why the fuck, can I cuss?
Yeah.
Oh, he was like, why the fuck you shaking his hand for, like, just saying stuff like that.
It was
I
just
was
like a jealous rage.
Yeah, I was like, I was just saying happy birthday, nothing else. I think he thought I was trying to be sneaky behind his back, because I like reached over when he like leaned forward to talk to somebody else. So he thought I was trying to be sneaky.
And you were how old at this time?
I was 22 probably.
Wow. Okay.
And then he did this, so King Los was sitting in the back.
Okay.
And then when we got to the hotel, it got even worse. And he took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me, and then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
Wow.
And the only person that every time we get into like fights like that, the only person that ever helped me was D-Rock. Everyone else just kind of just allowed it to happen and just like looked the other way.
A former director and videographer for Combs sued the mogul in federal court in February, saying that Combs sexually harassed, drugged, and threatened him. It says that Rodney Lil Rod Jones worked on Combs's most recent record, Love, and that he lived with Combs from September 2022 to November 2023. Jones's lawsuit says that Combs constantly groped and touched his anus without his permission and without asking. The lawsuit also says that Jones woke up naked and confused in bed with Combs and 2 sex workers. He says the music mogul gave him drugs. Also, the complaint says that Jones secured hundreds of hours of footage and audio recordings of Mr. Combs, his staff, and his guests engaging in serious illegal activity. The illegal activity the suit lists includes getting drugs, hiring sex workers, giving minors drinks with drugs in them, and if Gene Deal is to be believed, this is quite the theme with Diddy.
By Cassie. She claims that, she hid out at a friend's house in Florida after, Diddy put hands on her. And she said that she was tracked down by a guy named James Cruz, the president of Bad Boy Management. You know anything about that?
James Cruz and Hard Pierre always been Diddy's flunkies. Especially Hard Pierre. That's why he's being sued right now too by one of his assistants and stuff like that, because I guess he learned from his boss. But James Cruz used to work for 50, but he worked for Diddy first. So them niggas was always scumbuckets, man.
So Harvey Pierre, how do you feel about him getting accused of sexual assault?
Like I said, anything that has to do with those sexual assaults, Those people have to prove that. But are they capable? Yeah, they're capable. Look at the atmosphere. They in the music industry. They in the music business. They set up those type of they learn the tricks of the trade. For instance, guys don't put those pills that they get to the girls in the champagne bottles because they popping them in front of them. Most of those girls, especially if they like mixed drinks, you understand, they see the bottles when they open them. And they trying to keep their eyes on because they don't want to get no kind of drugs. But what they don't understand is in the orange juice and it's in the cranberry juice. They didn't put the pills and the stuff in there, the roofies, the ecstasy, the ease, all whatever they put it in the juice. Now, those girls who like the mixed drinks, you understand what I'm saying? They gonna pull their own sexual act because they don't understand it ain't in the bottles, it's in the juice. Those guys, they learn that and they put it to those girls who don't know no better.
Combs' son Justin, Combs' chief of staff Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam are also named as defendants in Jones's suit. Combs' lawyer, Sean Hawley, rejected Jones's claims. She told People, "We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are lies." That's all for the video, folks. Thanks for watching.